Okay, guys, today I'm just going to be reading the fossil fuels packet to you for some of you that like to just hear read along. So I'm just going to read through it and then I'll just discuss a few things. Fossil fuels, um, I'm just going to read through it for you. So coal, oil, and natural gas are called fossil fuels. Why do you think they are called fossil fuels? Are they made of fossils? Coal, oil, and natural gas aren't fossils, but they are made in a similar way. Coal, oil, and natural gas are made from four ingredients. Okay, these are really important. Okay, dead plants and animals that are covered with many layers of sediment, lots of pressure from many layers of sediments, lots of heat from all that pressure, and a lot of time passing. So you see our four elements down here. We have dead animals and plants, we have pressure, we have heat, and we have time. Okay, page 3 here, just specifically about coal. Coal begins as peat. Peat is decaying plant matter that forms on land. It accumulates in layer upon layer in wet condition. It gets covered with sediments that adds lots of heat and pressure. After millions of years, coal is formed. Then in page 4, there are different stages of coal. After peat comes lignite. Lignite happens when the peat is compressed to about 1/5 or 20% of its original thickness. It still has some water in it. You can even see some of the original plant matter in it. Lignite has a low heating value. It is used to generate electricity. So you see the heat and pressure pushes down. It's going to squish it to about 1/5 of what the peat would have been. Okay. Another stage is called bituminous. It has a higher heating value than lignite. Bituminous coal is formed under more heat and more pressure than lignite. And so subbituminous and bituminous are somewhere between that 20% down to that 10% mark. We don't have subbituminous on this reading, but it is one of our vocab Okay, on to 6. Anthracite is the hardest stage of coal. Anthracite coal forms when very high pressure compresses the peat to about 1/10 or 10% of its original thickness. And if you look down here at the picture, it actually says somewhere between 5 and 10%. So it's really squished and really hard. High temperatures of between 100 and 200 degrees Celsius remove most of the water. So it's over boiling. 100 degrees is boiling. Anthracite has the highest energy value of all the stages of coal. It is also the cleanest burning of the coals. And here's oil and natural gas. So there's a difference between the two. They're all three fossil fuels, but here's what it says. Oil and natural gas formed from ancient plants and ocean animals. These died and fell to the bottom of the seafloor. Here they were covered with sediments. The layers and layers of sediments produce a lot of heat and pressure. After millions of years, these ocean plants and animals decayed into natural gas and oil. Natural gas is used to heat our homes and our water. Coal, oil, and natural gas are called hydrocarbons. This is because they are made of hydrogen and carbon. These hydrocarbons are considered non-renewable resource. We use them faster than they can be produced. It is our responsibility to use them wisely. Okay. They're also called non-renewable because um, it takes time to make them. And so that amount of time can change depending on pressure and heat. But what is the main difference between coal and oil and natural gas? Well, coal starts with what? Starts with peat. Coal begins with peat, okay? And then oil and natural gas, as it says down here, begins with ocean, plants, and animals. Okay, so that's a big difference. And then there's also the squish factor, right? Squish. So the higher the heat value, the more squish they're going to be. But you'll read a little bit more about that in our definitions and those kind of things. So I just wanted to read that to you guys. It goes along with the questions, so you can look at that. You can read through it on your own. If you want to listen to it, that's great too. So um, happy answering those questions.